Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, welcome back to GrandOldTeam. Everton have drawn 1-1 with Manchester United at Goodison. These videos are really tough because we want to talk about the match, and at times Everton played really well, but we can't move on until we talk about that final VAR decision. A goal ruled out in the last minute for Everton. What are your thoughts on that, Dave?
Shite again, isn't it? It's saving the big boys. I think, you know, you look at. I've been stood while you've been recording, watching these on Twitter now. The last few minutes there. Ball comes in off Maguire from Calvert-Lewin. Sigurdsson pulls his legs away. Yeah, he's in an offside position, but he's not interfering with play. He's on the floor. Yes. So it's not like De Gea is like down here somewhere trying to collect the ball. He could easily just, you know, he had the chance to go and dive. He hasn't done it.
So the ball's not. So you can, because I've seen it once. I've seen it twice.
I've
seen it twice instantly because it was on the screen. Right, which is really weird. We spoke about this in the videos.
Again, isn't it?
Yeah, they don't normally do that, so I think Everton have got a bit annoyed at that and let it be shown. But, so I've seen it then, I saw it in real time in front of me obviously, but it's always quite hard in the moment, isn't it? And then to see it, and I genuinely don't think so you're pretty sure he didn't touch it. So it's the wrong decision. So VAR, the thing that VAR is supposed to do, I would like to know if we've been the victim of this now more than anyone else this season, because you had down at Brighton. Yeah. I feel like there's other occasions, but I can't think of them at the moment.
Brighton is the one that stands out, really.
Brighton's the one that stands out.
It's ridiculous because you're taking that long to make the decision as well, like what, 4 or 5 minutes, wasn't it? This seemed to be decided really, really quickly that it was offside. It was over and done with. I mean, I was too busy throwing my arms at the end. It was a proper limbs moment. But the thing is, VAR there is just getting rid of these limbs moments and this emotion from the game. And that there, we should be all coming out smiling, like you say, talking about how good, you know, the performance was in the end. Instead, we're calling out referees who've sent off Ancelotti. And I've even watched that back, and that's fucking pure arrogance from that referee. Ancelotti goes up to the linesman and starts giving him, you know, what's that all about? And the linesman goes, almost like meekly just turns away from Ancelotti.
Does he?
The ref then goes, almost as if like, you're talking to me. And he goes, all right then, I'll talk to you. And then he's talking to him and he goes, right, off you go. Off you go. And he literally stands there talking to Ancelotti, going, off you go. And Ancelotti's like, you know, and when referees have got this arrogance about them as well, there's, you know, it's almost like he's wanted that all games. Like, give me something, give me a bit of controversy that's going to say, right, VAR works, or VAR doesn't work. And, you know, is it almost like, are they trying to upset VAR? And say, well, hang on, that is a clear and obvious mistake by the VAR team, not a clear and obvious mistake.
Yeah, like don't blame us type thing, which was a terrible situation when the referees are, and if that is true, which it's a valid theory.
But, you know, a builder doesn't blame his tools. Yeah. You know, a good worker doesn't blame his tools. It's like, well, it wasn't me, mate. The fellas in the hut said it.
The whole thing about VAR as well was to advise the official, so the official could say, actually, no, I don't agree with that. Anyway, you make a really good point there with regards to the not celebrating. I did this against Arsenal last week. I wasn't down. I know you were down at the ground. I watched it on the telly and I didn't celebrate because I was like, Richarlison second, not the first. I thought there was second though, particularly. I was like, oh, I'm just going to give this a second. That's really detrimental, isn't it?
Even the first. Because it was an overhead kick, I thought, you know, the way Souness would literally want Calvert-Lewin's goal scrubbed off for being over, you know, his feet being too high. That kind of thing. I mean, I started celebrating and I was like, I'm going to forgive this because Everton don't score that many early goals. Do you know what I mean? So it was like, shit, we scored too early, and they're just going to chalk this off, and it's back to 0-0, and we're, you know, back to square one. But yeah, it just throws the emotion out of the game, and it's crippling it. It's crippling it for fans. It's almost like, oh well, if you don't want me to celebrate, I won't celebrate them.
Yeah, you know? You may notice I'm wearing a Dominic Calvert-Lewin inspired t-shirt. This man is selling them, Falcon Blues. Yeah. So let's talk about Dominic Calvert-Lewin because he scored against it. He should have scored twice today, but got the one in the end where he anticipated David De Gea. It's a mistake from De Gea. How impressed have you been? Because he was brilliant again. He led the line really well. I thought he was great again today. Are you impressed with him?
2 weeks on the spin though against Arsenal, he was excellent. Running the channels, keeping everyone involved, but bringing Richarlison into the game as well. He won absolutely everything in the air today. The only problem we've got is no one's reading this game. Even though you can watch it and go, okay, he's going to play the ball behind, he's going to play, you know, he's going to play a simple ball down, and no one seems to be picking that up.
Oh, you're not being a bit hard on Richarlison there?
Sorry. No, I'm sorry, I'm probably not picking Richarlison. Okay. I'm probably thinking more, you know, even like so last week maybe Iwobi and Bernard, you know, bringing more like players who he wants to try and bring into the game aren't picking him up the way they should be. Yeah. And it's disappointing to see because Calvert-Lewin's work rate is absolutely phenomenal, and it has been all season, and full credit to him. But I just think the players need to be on his level as well, especially the work rate, because there's players there today who you can probably single out a fair bit. I'll put one for today. I think Sigurdsson was quite poor.
Yes.
I'm probably not going to be the only one who'll say that, but from what Gylfi Sigurdsson was last season, industrious, hard working, passing, could pick a pass, to it's just a passenger, and has been for several games. And it's again, when you know what Sigurdsson is capable of, and you're thinking he should be doing so much more, and Calvert-Lewin is trying to bring these players into the game, and it's just not working for us, and it's so frustrating sometimes.
It is. I haven't spoken about him to anyone else, so I'll speak to you about you. Andre Gomez, just a quick note for him, because he didn't have an amazing game today, but I think given the context of how he's turned himself around since the injury here, any word for Andre?
It's an incredible comeback, isn't it? I mean, most players you'd never see again. The fact that he's playing within less than 100 days of breaking his ankle speaks volumes for Everton and for his own physical well-being, and just how Everton have treated him, and how he's wanted to be back on the pitch, and to see him back within nearly 3 months it's just nothing short of amazing. And again, from Arsenal, where he looked head and shoulders above Iwobi, above Sigurdsson, above Schneiderlin, even today, he's played 85 minutes there and ran his legs off. Tom Davies has supported him really well, and I was disappointed that he didn't finish the game, because I thought Sigurdsson dropping back sort of give them a little bit more in the midfield, and it's like, but he was combative, he wasn't shaking off the ball, great vision, great passes. He was really unlucky where, I know he put it out for the throw-in, but you know what I mean? Like, he made that run from the halfway line where he picked it up, beat a couple of men.
Yes.
And you're just thinking, go on lads, you
deserve
this.
Story.
But yeah, fair play to Andre Gomez, mate. I made up his back as well.
Dave, as always, mate, thank you, mate.
Cheers,
Cheers, pal. Cheers, buddy. Top.